If you've got a Coleman stove, you might be familiar with this problem. These old canisters accumulating. That didn't feel quite green enough for me, so I wanted to see if I could refill these. First thing I got was this little nozzle that's supposed to connect to the propane tank from here. However, these canisters are actually not rated for refilling. These two are the last two I've got in my family cook camping kit, so when these are out, I'm going to make a switch to this kit from Flame King. This kit comes with these items you see here, where you can use a regular propane tank to refill these, and this comes with one canister, and I bought one extra because two is the most I've ever used on the kind of trips we typically go on. All right, so here's what comes in the kit. You've got your floor base, you've got your legs to support it, you've got the nozzle that will connect them, the hardware, one tank, and of course, instructions. The tape on the container contains a small hex key, so let's make sure we don't lose that. And as I said, I bought an extra canister here. This one does not contain the hex key, so the hex key is part of the kit only. All right, let's put this together. We're going to start with the legs. All right, so there's the table. It's assembled. You're not supposed to stand or sit on this, but you could see other uses. Maybe you put something on top of it. We'll try that out later, but that's the stand. All right, next I'm going to move this to some flat ground right here. And then we're going to put this on upside down. The ground isn't perfectly flat. It does wiggle a little bit. So just be cautious when getting this on top of there. Next I'm going to fix the nozzle to this. I've still got this valve closed. So we're going to fix this while that remains closed. All right, let's fill a bottle. First, you're going to take off the plastic cap and screws. Next, we want to make sure that this lines up. So if you look here, there's a little outcut into the ring on the inside. There's a little black plastic thing inside here. We want to make sure they line up. The plastic thing can rotate, so I push it towards the back to line it up with the stem, and then you can just line this up in the same way and screw it tight. Once that's screwed tight, I want to put the hex key on the side so it's easy to access. Now I can release the valve here. Next, we're going to put the hex key in the hex key insert. I proceeded to immediately lose the hex key that came with it, so I have my own here. This is a 2.0 hex key. Once you insert that, you release it a little bit like this, and then you begin pressing to fill. When vapor begins coming out of those holes next to the hex key, that's how we know we've got it filled enough. Once it comes out consistently, we stop. There we go. Tighten the hex key again, and that's it. Let's close this. And that's filling a canister. All right, so I still got these two Colemans to burn through in my big car camping packet here, but now I'm going to also add these for the time being, and eventually I'll get rid of those and only use these going forward.